Hello YouTube. So today I think I'm going to do a video where I show you how I analyze and identify a high probability swing setup. And what I mean by swing setup is it actually based on high time framing, and it actually takes days, weeks, or even 1 month to actually unfold. So I just deposit around 2,500 to demonstrate a real trade on a real account. So this is not a proper account, but it's my live account. So I'm gonna risk 2,500 for this trade. That's the reason why I deposit 2,500. So basically, I am risking 2,500 for this trade. It doesn't mean that my account balance is 2,500. I mean, you should never ever deposit all your money to any broker. I mean, even you have a like 100k, 200k, or even 1 million, and if you are trading like 1% a trade or 0.5% a trade, then probably you should just deposit around 5% or maximum 10% of your trading capital, because you do have leverage from the broker, and it's very unsafe to actually put all your money into a broker. I used to see broker went out of business. That's the reason why I never ever deposit more than like the money of 5 trades, or yeah, I think that is basically it. So for this trade, I'm risking to 2,500. That's the reason why I deposit it, just for demonstration. I'm telling you this because some people gonna see and thinking that I'm risking 100% of my account. And yeah, you can see the risk for this trade is 2,500, and my take profit is around 9,500. So this is a real account and this is real market condition. I'm going to go to trading view to analyze this and tell you why I took this trade. So before we go continue to the trade analysis, um, I'm gonna open two windows so you can actually see that I'm opening this trade on April 30, and right now live market condition it is here. Sorry, it is a monthly chart. So yeah, so here we are in the second May, and here is time in MT4. Here you can see that basically the same day. So when you are seeing it is the same day, what does that mean? That mean it basically it doesn't mean anything if I faking anything, because eventually I have to analyze this based on live market condition. You can see the mail is just going in the bow window. And sorry for wasting your time. I'm doing this for transparency's purpose. So let's go into the analysis. And when I click here, we're gonna go in full screen for the trade analysis. It's easier to do in full screen. Again, I'm risking 2,500 for this particular swing trade, and I deposit exactly the amount of 2,500 only for this trade. This 2,000 is not my trading capital. It's not my trading equity. It's not my like all the money I have or something. So I need you to really understand it because most people they're gonna skip the video and they're gonna see like I am risking 100%. So I hope you understand. Alright, so I'm gonna click here and we go to full screen. Alright, so I'm gonna go right from the monthly perspective. So for analysis right now, I'm going to use very basic things, which is support and resistance. So on monthly, the the obvious thing is we have a clear resistance here and a clear support right here. So what do we see? So we see basically price trade above this support level and close above this support level. So on monthly perspective, price look pretty bullish, right? Now let's go to quickly. So on quickly perspective, what I'm seeing is the nearest resistance for me is something that I can trust that we're gonna reject. There is something right here. And from here to here, we have a plenty of room for price to move. Beside that, we have a trend line right here. And if we measure from, I'm seeing a channel. What I usually do with channel is very just a personal thing. I use channel to identify overbought, oversold, and the fair value of the pair I'm trading. So you can see how price actually respecting the equilibrium of this channel, and based on this channel, the trend line up here, the upper band of the channel itself is right at the resistance level of quickly time framing. So, and if we measure the fit, it is basically above the 61.8. So the fit is not lining up. Alright, so on quickly, what I'm seeing is price has plenty of room to move into this zone right here. So that's still look pretty bullish to me. So let's go to daily. Now on daily perspective, what do I see? I usually should mark out the things that really obvious is the resistance shown right here had been broken and price consolidating above the zone right there. And what does that mean? Does that mean price is bullish, right? Now, if I measure to measure low, Z is the measure low. Z is the measure low. We have a Z trend line right here. And the trend line, despite the fact that there's only 2 touch, but actually a very powerful channel. And this channel, when price is below the middle line, I consider it is still oversold. What does that mean? That means price have a potential to reach the middle line or even higher. And it also showing for me that price is very bullish, and this is where I actually enter my trade with the stop loss covering this key level, and my take profit is somewhere around here or even a little higher. It's basically more than 1 to 3. In near term, what I'm seeing is we have a potential to have some kind of rejection near this zone right here, but after that, on the left side, we don't have anything That's the reason why after breaking out, probably you're going to see a very powerful move to the upside. Now let's go to 4-hour chart. On 4-hour perspective, it's pretty easy to see that price is going like this. You can see how price respecting the middle line of the channel itself. For me, that is a fair price, the equilibrium of that channel on 4-hour chart. And on 4-hour chart, we can see that price is, we have a major P level, resistance trending into a support level right here. So when price is above a key level, it's bullish. It's basically simple as that. And I'm not really trying to see anything beyond the simplicity of the way price is moving. Now let's go to 1-hour chart. On 1-hour chart, you can see that there are two identical swings. This one and this one. And from this Z2, I would not say that I would say that this one. Because I only draw lines on channel based on the finish swing. And this one, it is still going down and it's not finished yet. So that's the reason why I'm not going to draw any line into the low or the high. So from here, I'm going to draw this. And based on 1-hour channel, we can see that price actually at the bottom of the channel itself. So for me, that is a sign of oversold and the potential to go up. Let's go even to 15 minutes. I think usually 1 hour is already very small for a swing trade. On 15 minutes, I didn't see much. And it's a little bit unnecessary to go deeper. So you just see overall how I do top-down analysis for my trade and how everything is lining up. Another thing is I'm gonna go to, let's say, no, I'm gonna go to here. If I go to British Pound Currency Index, there's something, let's go on quickly. So on quickly perspective, we can see that from it is quite the same on British Pound Currency Index. We can see that price is in a very big picture, it is still going down. But right now, the way price close above the resistance level and testing it a few times and then now it's pushing up. Highly likely for me that price gonna go. We have a gap right here, and probably we're gonna see price push into this level. Let's see on here we get any fifth level. So it is basically the same to British Pound again American dollar. So if I go to daily, same thing. Even on the RSI, I can see that it is showing diversion and reversal for GU and this British Pound Index. But from what I'm seeing price basically close above a key level, and the trend line obviously is pointing to the upside. And when I got some kind of confluences like this, probably I'm going to focus on what I am really seeing in the way price moving instead of the other things. Now let's go to DXY. Now let's go to the XYs. So on the XY we have a price. Let's see on the date on the quickly perspective. So if I see on quickly, I can really just see that price is of the kind break below this kind of resistance level, something like this. It's retesting and now it's going down. But to be honest, it is not enough to actually come into conclusion. So when I measure this high to this high and using the channel, and with the channel, and I can obviously see the nearest key level is somewhere around here. So I want to see Atlas price pushing a little bit lower, but that is quickly. Let's go into daily so we can see like more clearly of what's really happening on the XY US dollar index. So what we are seeing right here is the way price moving right now. We can see price having just crack a support level right here, retesting, and it's consolidating around it. So it look like a bearish structure. And everything I do is basically just support and resistance. I'm not trying to do anything fancy than that. Alright. If we're using the trend line itself, and we measure the channel, you can see how price respecting the middle line, the equilibrium of the channel. Alright, so right now, same period apply. We can see that price is consolidating around this level. And what I want to see is price gonna drop lower, because right now, based on the trend line and the channel of daily time framing, I can see that price have a potential to go from overbought to oversold. And we have a quickly key level right here. So we have a quickly channel right here as well, the trend line. So probably we have a confluence right here, which is we have a quickly confluence right here. We have a daily bearish structure and trend line and everything, and it seems like overall the XY is bearish. Now let's go to 4 hour. So on 4 hour, what we're seeing? We are seeing the way price moving is we have a price consolidating around this resistance, and I think it doesn't need a high IQ to see price in a bearish structure, and it's hanging around resistance. If we consider using trend lines, then probably we get something like this. So when price going out like this, for me it is extreme oversold. When I go above the trend line, I'm not using trend line like when price go to trend line you buy or you sell, but for me is trend line showing how price is moving. It's like a rhythm of the market, and when price break above it, it doesn't necessarily that the trend now is bullish, but it basically just there's something different, something new is happening in the marketplace, and it doesn't need to be a reversal right away. And from what I'm seeing, it is still bearish structure. So in bearish structure, we have a trend line break. So probably for me, that is just a fall breaks, and that is just oversold right overbought right here, and because price still cannot break above this resistance, and the structure is still very bearish. So for me, it's just bearish. Let's go to 1 hour chart. What do we see? We see obvious trend line right here, and price go up, down, but failed to make a higher high, and now it's consolidating around it. And on 1 hour perspective, if anything, it can really push into this zone right here, but it's still within the 4 hours. Oh, not the daily. Yeah, the daily resistance zone. So everything, if we look based on quickly, it's pretty hard to see how price and how structure of the market is. But when we go from quickly, daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, even 15 minutes, we're seeing that everything is showing a bearish structure, a bearish trend for the XY. And that's the reason why I'm buying on Britain value again American dollar, because we have a DXY is bearish and we have a British pound, like I say, is bullish. So OR is really good confluences and how every piece of the market is fitting into each other and create a very powerful trade. And let's go to euro again, euro against British pound. So on EU GBP, we have, let's go from quickly chart. So on quickly perspective, what I'm seeing is right away is price forming a support level right there, and it's quite easy to see how price create some kind of uptrend right here. So from here, it looked like Euro GBP is gonna go up, and does that mean probably GBP gonna be a little bit weaker, and that's not good for our trade. Let's go to daily. Now on daily perspective, what do we see? On daily perspective, we are seeing that price is create lower high right here, lower high, and at this level right here, I'm gonna let's draw this again from this high to this one, and we measure to this low. All right. So what I'm seeing is on daily perspective, even on quickly, we see that price is bullish, but on daily, what I'm seeing is price has a little trouble through breaking out of this resistance, which is seeing price deep lower into the equilibrium of the daily channel, the daily short-term trend. So probably price gonna bouncing around because this pair is a little bit slow. On 4 hour chart, do we have anything? Yeah, on 4 hour chart, it still look bullish to me. We can see how it have a trend line right here. So probably what I'm seeing is this one gonna be going sideways for a while, and probably for 1 week or so before it actually having any potential move. One of the reasons this is bullish probably due to error index is way more powerful than GBP. You can see the trend is more obviously just going up, and British pound is a little bit slower. Maybe that's why. So we have our so since this one is not really a powerful trend so far, I think it is not necessary to be a factor that I mean if this one is bearish, then that is even better for the trade that I'm taking. But obviously we have a lot of things lining up together, and I don't think that having a more powerful arrow, yeah, gonna do anything. I think that is how I framing this trade, and I'm sorry if it's taking too long because I'm gonna go from monthly, I'm gonna go to quickly, daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, and 15 minutes, and I go on Christian Bell index. I go to USD index, and you can see that there's nothing complicated about what I'm doing. I'm basically using support, resistance, trend line, channel, like all this video I do in HTML documentary, but the difference is I am using it on higher time framing, and this trade is swing trade with the risk of around 2,500. And to be honest, I can check do the analysis video, but I'm using $205 for this trade, a line trade, to demonstrate for you that this is actually something I do for myself, and not only that doing just for views or some shit. And I will keep you updated. That is the line market condition you see. And of course, the way I analyze it, you can do the same for lower time framing. But the problem is when you do on higher time framing, usually the trade is very straightforward. Let's for example, if you have a channel like this and you have a structure like this, so when price going back like this, you have the Fed, you have a support level, you buy, you target the next, and that's it, done. But the problem of lower time framing is sometimes you probably having selling around the area on higher time framing without knowing it, and that's the reason why sometimes this can fuck your mind up. And that's the reason why I'm moving a little bit to higher time framing and focus more on high quality setup, because at the end of the day we are here to make money, we are here to make our life better, and we are not here to take all the trade on the market, but only for the best one. So I will keep you updated. Today is May 2nd. Probably it's gonna take me some time before I can show you how it's going. So I'm gonna click here to minimize the screen. You can see the trade running on my real account on Xnet, and I am not affiliated, or I am not having anything to do with this broker. I can trade on any broker I want. I'm just showing you that this is real market, real money, live market condition, and that is the analysis that I have done. And let's see how the trade play out. This is how I did a really good trade in my opinion. That is A plus to me, and this is a type of trade that I usually risk more than I should, because I find out that when you risk higher on, I mean when you have a confidence in your quality setup and you risk more, it's way better than risk small but taking all the bad trades, because this kind of trade is gonna take me days, weeks to actually seeing the true result, and it's gonna be very long, and it requires tremendous amount of patience, and it's not easy. And yeah, remember, this is not a full trading capital. This is should demonstrate live market and live money. 2,500 for this trade, swing trade. I will keep you updated. I will keep you updated on the next few days. So I'm gonna see you later.
First update.
Alright, so you can see that this is a quick update on the trade. You can see we have the news come out in on gold. It go like 200, 300 pips. On GBP USD, we have a price go down around 50 pips. But that is the thing about swing trading. You don't really care about the news because my stop loss is like 175 pips. So probably the news usually doesn't have any much of effects on the trade itself. You can see that the live market condition. But if you are good at fundamental analysis, then probably you can actually determine on a macro level where price is heading over the long term, and you also have the ability to determine the short-term sentiment of the market, which is very useful for short-term swing trade. But yeah, I'm not really good at fundamental analysis, so I just stick to the simplicity of the price action itself. So you can see it is already one day, but the trade not really having much. Yeah, that is about swing trading. We really need to be patient with the trade, with the plan. So I see you on the next update.
Second update.
Alright, YouTube. So here is the second update. You can see that today is May 3rd, which is 2 days, and I'm still holding the trade. And you can see we are having a lot of red news. We have a FOMC, we have a federal fund rate interest rate, we have a lot of red news this week. So let's go to the so like away live market condition, and you can see that yesterday we have a really powerful news release, and price go into drawdown around 50 pips, and now it's retraced to break even, and it had been 2 days. So that is about swing trading. We hold the trade for quite a long time, but I believe that this week, because we have a lot of red news, so probably we're going to see some expansion either to the downside or to the upside. We're going to see it happen very quickly. So let's go to the chart and analyze the trade. So let me show you the trade. So the thing about this broker I'm using is that they don't actually have a swap for my account. So that is a good thing when you hold a trade for a long time. You only pay for the commission and you don't have to pay for the swap. And again, I'm not affiliated with any broker. So let's go into the chart and analyze this. So you can see that yesterday we have a price trade breakout of this resistance, this support, and now it's turning into a resistance. But overall, you can see this area right here, this one, this big one, is daily support. And when price trade there, it immediately showing rejection. So far, even price breakout of this resistance, we're seeing it is actually forming a support right here. And on 1 hour chart, for me so far, price is actually failed to close below this low. And so far, they not really any signal that telling me that the trade is not going to work out. So far, everything is still looking pretty solid on high time framing. And even today we have a FOMC, but again, my stop loss is around almost 200 pips. 175 pips. So I'm not really afraid of FOMC, and I believe that whatever happens, it will happen quicker. And because this trade is swing trade, I don't fear slippage or spread because when I was scalping, then I'm worried, but swing trading on high time framing, not really. So let's go into. I see something interesting in Euro GBP. So you can see that eventually it's pouncing from this key level right here, and when Euro against Britain pound going up like this, it means that Euro is stronger than British pound. And usually when it go up like this, GBP go down and GU should go down as well. But we can see that GU actually holding pretty nicely, and it doesn't really move much from my entry. So for me, that is some kind of a diversion in the price itself, and it gives me more confidence to hold the trade. So let's take on USD index, and you're gonna see that price shot up yesterday, grab some cap liquidity up there, but it still failed to close above this resistance zone I marked out yesterday on 4-hour chart. And we even have a bigger zone right here on daily chart. So probably I'm still very bearish on the XY. But today we have an FOMC, so probably we're gonna see some pushing to the upside. Yeah, trying to grab more liquidity something, and then eventually I still believe that my directional bias for the XY is still very bearish on midterm, because on long term I believe that the XY gonna go higher. So for now I'm gonna just trade what I'm seeing, and so far everything still as my plan, everything is very bearish. So I'm gonna keep holding my GU trade. I will keep you updated. So far everything is nice. And the thing about swing trading is that we don't have a lot of like everything seems to be boring because it requires a lot of patience, and not every one of us can actually handle the trade the way it should be, and not every one of us can actually hold the trade until it's unfold. That is one of the hardest thing in swing trading. It requires tremendous amount of patience. So I see you on the next update.
Third update.
Hello YouTube. So we just have a news release, a red news, and upcoming next we have another one. But the most important thing is we are going to face FOMC, and on a Friday we're gonna have non-farm payroll. So pretty intense week. So you can see right here after the red news release, we have a, a range around just more than 20 pips, a little bit, which is not really a lot. To be honest, when I have like scalping or intraday trading, I usually don't hold my trade throughout any high impact news because that is very unstable way to manage the trade. But for this trade, because it's based on 4 hours and daily time framing, that's the reason why we hover around. I believe that let's see, almost 200 pips away from my stop loss. That's the reason why I'm going to just hold throughout the news. And you can see right here live market condition, because right now if we see the DXY, for me the DXY is still here. The DXY for me is still bearish, as there not really any signal for me right now to so on 1 hour chart we can see that it actually fall out of the channel. And does that mean I'm gonna delete this? So we have a price trade up here, but on 4 hour chart we can see that it looked like a grab of liquidity and it's failed to close above the high. So when I see something like this, it it confirmed me that price is really just bearish. And under normal circumstance, there's nothing to talk about. But because we are going to have FOMC, which is a really big news. And if we do consider trend line, I will not be surprised if the FOMC release and price gonna go up again and take count this highs again before going up. Usually the candle like this is very powerful, and but we have our FOMC, and during the cap news, price usually very strong. That's the reason why I am expecting that in the worst scenario, price gonna go here, and even if go there, it is still daily resistance level, and also daily perspective, I'm still remain bearish for the XY. Now let's check for British pound index, and you can see that we have a British pound rejecting the daily support level, and today I believe that it's more about the FOMC and DXY, but overall everything still as my plan, and I'm going to keep holding the trade. So far it is hanging around my entry, and I believe that FOMC is gonna accelerate the trade. So I will see you on the next update. And again, if you are not swing trade and you are scalping and you are trade only during a section or a day with a stop loss less than 100 pips on a forex pair like GU or GU, you never ever should hold a trade during non-farm payroll or FOMC or CPI, because they are very powerful move, and they're usually not really trading it, and it's look like gambling. So I see you on the next update.
Fourth update.
Hello YouTube. So yesterday we have our FOMC, and price here. Here's when FOMC happened, and price move around in a range of 50 pips. That is disappointing because I was expecting a really huge move. So that is unusual for FOMC, because FOMC usually like making price swing a lot. But I think it's all come down to Go, because Go really push up really hard, like 500 pips or some shit. But yeah, so right now you can see that we are positive around 100 pips. But before we continue, let me show you something else. So here is the real account, MT4, And let me reload this. Here you can see their profit fluctuating around. So I'm gonna click to here and I'm gonna show you their account information, and I will hide their account numbers, but I will show you other information for transparency purpose. So here you can see that the account type is euro and the unrealized profit and loss is 1,400. It is opening and floating profits, and that is the real account. So I'm just showing you this for transparencies global from different perspective from my account panel to FT4. So let's get back to the trade itself. Like usual, I'm gonna show you right now is a section of a new day. Now is Thursday and the 4th of May, and you can see right here is live market condition. No replay button whatsoever. So far, we are in profits, but not a lot. Not even 1 hour. That is the thing about swing trading. It's really take time, and you need to be patient and manage your trade throughout the days. Um, in swing trading, even I am in profits right now, I cannot move my stop loss. What I mean is I need a reason or I need price to move to a certain level before I actually can move my stop loss. Let me open a bigger window. So like I told you at the beginning of the video, we have a potential rejection at this zone, and until we can break out of this zone and showing that price can actually holding above it, then probably I will move my stop loss to break even, or I may consider take partial and reduce the risk to half. But the first thing is I need price to trade above the level, which is here, that level. So far everything look very nice. The trade is unfolding exactly like my plan, and let's check on the XY. Not sure why it's not really here. Here is our analysis. So you can see that yesterday after FOMC, I was expecting price actually, if the worst scenario is price gonna move up, having some kind of manipulation, trying to take out the high up here, maybe filling this gap, but it was very small range and there's nothing really volatile about FOMC. That's and price just continue. You can see it a little wick up here, and just wick small wick and price continue to the downside. So far, it's unfolding exactly like our plan, and we have a potential rejection around this support. But that is the reason why I say that in order to move the stop loss to break even or take partial or do anything with current trade, I want to see the price of DXY trading below the support level, and probably today or maybe next week, we don't know, because right now it's Thursday, so we have a Thursday, Friday, we have a non-farm payroll, so I am expecting a faster price action, And so far, nothing much. We are in profit, and everything seems to be very nice. Let's check on British Pound Index. So if you're still watching, please let me know because it kind of technical analysis and swing trade sometimes it can very be boring, but that is what swing trading is. Boring but profitable. So you want to make money or you want to be fun. And I started to give up on fun and started to focus on what really matter and trying to be more patient. So you can see we have a rejection price starting to push up, and we have a little rejection, and we don't really have anything on the left side. That's the reason why I'm really expecting price to break through and trade up, and that's where I'm gonna take partial or moving stop loss to break even or start to manage my trade. Right now, I'm not going to move stop loss or doing anything because if you do so, you actually killing your trade, killing your trading edge because stop loss is there. It is there for a reason, and without any common sense, without any valid reason, just because just because we are in profit doesn't mean that we should move stop loss or we should take partial. Everything need a reason behind it to back it up. And for now, doing nothing and waiting is still the best decision for my for my trade. So you can see that the kind of trade is not fun. It is not like fast. It's not a lot of money. It's not like making 5 finger, 6 finger in one trade or 1 minute or one day. It actually requires a lot of patience. And what I'm trying to do here is giving you a reality of a swing trade and what it looked like. And to be honest, the most difficult thing about swing trading is being patient with yourself, with your trade, and allow time to do its part. Because I'm gonna tell you this: in swing trading, either you are using ICT concept, either you are using support or resistance, channel, trend line, or indicator like TDI or RSI, MACD, whatever you are using for swing trading, as long as you focus on top-down analysis and as long as you are making sure that every single time framing have a story and that story fitting each other in a way that makes sense, then you are good to go. You are good to do swing trade because from what I see, they all works. It's Earth. It is the trader that usually screw up. Not really the strategy, but it usually is the trader. Usually we want a trade so bad that we force a trade, or to be honest, when I first seen this trade, I was, let me show you. Let me show you and being honest with you. Right here, you can see that at first I actually sell GBP USD. Right here, I actually trying to sell GBP USD. Why? Because I actually, let me start from the beginning on a clear chart so you actually have an idea. At first, when I see in on the daily perspective, I see this trend line. I see how price consolidating above it, and I see a resistance right here. So for me, and you know what else? I see the three tribe pattern, and I see diversion on RSI with the three tribe pattern. So we have a resistance, we have a price trading above the equal high, and it's showing that it's kind of overbought. And also we have a three tribe pattern that show me that there are potential reversal in this market, and that's really why I sell. And that is another perspective that I think that's gonna be very useful for you. But then when I check on the quickly perspective, when I started to identify from the higher time framing perspective, using the major low, I trying to study the price. I see how price reacting as an equilibrium value, the fair value of the quickly time framing, and then on the daily, I started to see that price is forming some kind of support level right here. And I noticed how the low never get violated. And then when I go to 4 hour chart, I started to see that there's some kind of pushing up in the way price moving. And if I sell at the channel, it is basically me trying to go against the trend. And when I sell, I actually have to accept the fact that I am facing a very strong support right here. So it's better if I want to sell, probably I only can sell when price break below this and getting back into the daily range, as well as trading below the resistance, the support level right here, the key level right here. So that's what I see. So you can see that at first my eyes, when I didn't look close enough, and when I only take one time framing like daily time framing, I actually want to sell. But when I check daily, quickly, monthly, 4 hours, 1 hour, then I can see how price actually building some kind of support, how price is building bullet price structure all over the place. And that is when I started to see the high probability setup for long. And that's why I entered the trade as long. And I think that only happen if we allow the trade to come to us. That only happen when you really spend time for like analyzing multi time framing and be patient and waiting for the market to come to you. Because usually we really want to trade, so we go there, we draw some buy, and we take a trade. And that usually why I messing up. And that's why right now I'm really trying to take my time. And for the last 3 days, I only have a one trade, and this is that trade. That is a trade, and I feel really nice. My The beautiful thing about swing trading is it's very hard for you to get emotional because it's too slow. It's too boring. And the hard thing, patient. So I see you on the next update. I hope that you find it insightful. I know it's very boring, but behind this boring is the one I want to live. So I'm getting used to it. I'm trying to be more patient with myself. Thank you for watching until now. I know it's very hard.
Fifth update.
Hello YouTube, how are you? Another day passed, and you can see right here our trade is up around more than 100 pips. More than 100 pips. Yeah. So you can see it's already like 4 days, 5 days, and I think it's gonna take like a few more days, even a week, for the trade to unfold. So far, everything is still going within the plan. And today is Friday. So today we have a non-farm payroll, and I am expecting that the news will spill the trade, and it will be beautiful if it actually gives us a breakout, or probably trade up here and showing some kind of rejection. So let me show you, we are up around 1500, not even 1 hour. So let's go to trading view. So on daily perspective, you can see we got rejecting at this zone price pounds here, and now we approaching the zone again. And like I say, I am expecting non-farm payroll to actually speed up the process on the XY. Surprisingly, also at the support level. And when I see it on 4-hour chart, I actually seeing this channel right here. Price got a little bit out, so that's the reason why I got. And here you can see price trade out of the channel, and then it trade back to the channel, trade back here on the upper band, rejecting, and I trade down. So what I'm expecting is probably gonna go somewhere around here. And like I say, I'm using channel for measuring if price is actually a fair value, or it actually a little expensive, or it's actually at a cheaper price where I can long or sell depend on the value that I see. Yeah. So so far we are at a very crucial level on the XY, and here's something very interesting as well on GBP, Euro GBP. You can see we are declined massively, and we are also at a crucial level, at a support level. And like I say in the beginning, this pair it doesn't affect much to the trade I am holding, but if this go down or breaking out of this support level, then it actually good for our trade. Check a little bit more like another confluences for me to actually holding the trade, because from the way we are seeing how price is moving, it is showing clearly that euro is weaker than British pound in terms of value, and it gives me more confidence, even just a little bit, to hold GBP USD trade. So let's wait for non-farm payroll, and you can see when we do swing trade, even FOMC or non-farm payroll, it just doesn't really affect much, because from now, from current price to my stop loss, it is almost 300 pips. So I don't think that non-farm payroll can do any things about it. And I actually seeing another opportunity on US30, and even I'm not going to trade line on US30 for you to see, but I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna do so you can see right here, I should open a paper trading account on on TradingView uh, to sell this, right? I think it's something wrong. Yeah, my stop loss is right here, so That is something wrong. I miscalculated the lot size. So let's sell another two unique. So now let's look right here. Here is our order. So what does it mean? Yeah, it means that I just play with it. And I want to show you that this is a live market condition and this is another trade I take. Yeah, just for fun. I actually took this trade on one of my challenge account. But this video I'm just doing for swing trading, so I'm not going to show you my challenge account. Instead, I'm gonna just place an order of paper trading on trading view, so you can actually see that I am actually calling this in line market condition. And why I took this trade, um, I using channel line support and resistance, and on daily chart, I actually consider this one a very powerful resistance level. Price trade down. Now going back into this zone, and I shot. And I believe that over the next week, because today is Friday already, so over the next week, I'm expecting US30 to go down here. So yeah, that's it for our trade. Let's see if we can get this trade correctly. And yeah, this video is still focusing on GBP USD. So I will update you tomorrow. Let's see how non-farm payroll play out. Let's be patient. And again, swing trading, very boring. But here's the thing: you get paid for being patient and for being boring. So that is a good thing about swing trading, and it's a hard thing as well. See you.
Sixth update.
Hello YouTube. So you can see that I just take partial on my trade and moving stop loss to break even. The reason I didn't speak because I wake up in the middle of the night and yeah, close the trade before the market closed on Saturday. And here is the first partial. Not a lot because I closed around 25% of the trade. And like I say, currently we are at a key level, a resistance on daily. So I moved my stop loss to break even, took partial, and now I am waiting for a breakout to see that if price can actually reach in here. That is a long time, and yeah, let's see if we can actually get there. But basically, I think I will collapse most of my trading profits around here. So that means it's around more than 300 pips away. So let's see if we can guess it on the next week. So far, this trade already took 1 week, and you can see that swing trading is require a lot of time, and that's the reason why I I want to show you what it's like to trade swing trading, because in swing trading you spend most of the time of your time to do analysis, to manage trade, and not really execution every single day. Because in order to do swing trading, I need to find a really good trade which give me conviction to hold, and if you don't have a strong analysis, if you don't have anything to back your trade up, it's very difficult to actually have a confidence to hold for a long time. And in order to have a confidence in your trade, you need a strong confluences. You need time to observe your watch list, and that is the only way you can actually hold the trade. Because if you take a trade just because a trend line, or you take a trade just because an indicator along, then it's very difficult to do so. You can do so in scalping, but in swing trading, you need a bigger picture. You need everything to light up together, and the rest is all about waiting and managing the trade. So I see you next week. Enjoy your weekend.
7th update.
Hello YouTube. So today is Monday now, and we are in New York section. And for now, you can see that price is here is how price moving right now. And so far, everything still remain yeah, bullet. So here is how price currently moving, and on TradingView you can see that here is the price where I took 25% of my trade up, and then moving my stop loss to break even. So ZE daily resistance level, and I am waiting to see if today or tomorrow price can actually break out of this brand. Yeah, and after breaking out, possibly we may have some kind of retracement or something. But yeah, I'm going to hold until the target unless we have something coming up. I actually have a so I think I I mentioned about the gold trade. I actually took the gold trade in one of my accounts, just not in this line account. And you can see that it's actually unfolding beautifully as well. And I'm going to take 30% of this trade up and move it somewhat to break even. And I'm gonna hold this trade to possibly new high because I'm still very bullish on gold, and I believe that's a setup. We got a very good entry right at the bottom of this wick at around 2003. Yeah. So far everything is still pretty much the same. So I think I'm gonna see you on the next update. So here is one of my tweet on Twitter, and you can see that I actually mentioned about the live trades that I am holding with a little screenshot of my entry. I'm not sure if I using the entry on my live account or my channel account, but yeah, you see my file, and I'm using this treat for transparency bubble for this video as well. So I think I'm gonna see you on the next update. There's nothing new today.
8th update.
Hello YouTube. So today is Tuesday, 9th of May 2023. So you can see that yesterday we have some kind of push down in New York session, and right now, from a very basic point of view, we have a very strong support right here. We have a price is a little bit oversold, so sorry, overbought for me. So probably I think we may see another push down to this kind of support level, and then price gonna go up. Well, to be honest, right now, because my stop loss is in profit, so this is basically a risk-free trade, and the reason that I don't want to call right now is because between two decision, which is holding the trade to a higher target, and another decision is close the trade right now because say high chance that price gonna dip a little bit lower. But when price trade from here to here, it is basically a short-term move, and in the kind of swing trading, I refer to hold the trade and only do trade management when things make sense. I don't try to capitalize on like short-term moves because it's not really about the profits or loss, but it's more about how the kind of short-term counter trend trading may have some kind of impact on your swing trade. Because I want to limit my decision to the least and to all the best decision. So right now, let me show you this one, GBP CAD. I believe that when GU go down, GBP's CAD is gonna go down a little bit, and for me, is it an A setup? Let me show you why. So ZE GBP CAD on daily perspective, you can see that we have a daily support right here, and for me, when price trade down into this region, we have that region is also a discount level of the equilibrium or the 61.8 people level, and you can see this trend line down here. So when everything lined up, we have the trend line, we have the support level, we have the fit, we have our price is kind of oversold. Here is the channel on 1 hour chart. You can see right now price consolidating around here. What I am expecting is it's gonna go down a little bit more, and then from this region right here, I'm gonna seek for a long entry, and I'm gonna hold this long entry with GBP USD on my live account. City basically not really in the plan. I mean, this video I was making only on GU, and to be honest, if I only show you the GU trade and I am making money with it, I think it's better for my YouTube channel. But I want to show you the real things, and that including GBP CAD right now. For me, that is a very good trade. So let me tell you why I think it's a very good trade. So basically, the first thing you can see that we have a if now if price trade down into this region for me on a 1 hour chart, that is oversold. We have the TDI right here. That means when price trade there, I think that we're gonna have some kind of diversion or something. Let's see on 4 hour chart, we already have some kind of diversion, which is when price. I want to see pressure a little bit deeper because I don't trade based on one indicator, one diversion, or one moving average. I am seeking for confluences where I have some kind of structure, when I have a trend line, when I have the channel, and it's like a bigger picture where every single story on from higher time framing to the short term time framing lined up create like a powerful trade, which is makes sense to me because when you trade a trade that makes sense to you, it's easier to accept that it's winning or it's even when it's losing. Because when it's losing, you then it's easier for me to understand why I lose because when you trade high probability setup with a lot of confluences together, and when you lost that trade, and when you look back, it depends on how careful you channel. You're gonna learn a lot from that trade. and that's what I'm trying to do. So the first confluence is a support level on daily, the trend line, the fit, the fit right here. I'm waiting for it around maybe between 61.8 and 50. And another one is on 1 hour chart. I'm expecting price to push a little bit lower and like making the indicator go like really oversold. And then beside that, what we are having is also on the index value of GBP. You can see that GBP is, like I told you, when it faces their daily resistance down here, you can see when it faces the daily resistance right here, it's starting to rejecting. But I'm not really worried because from what I'm seeing right now, we have quite a support level right here on 4 hour chart. We have a price expanding right there, so I want to see it like retrace a little bit down there, grab some buying power, and then push price higher. And when British pound index go higher, that means for me is bullish on GU and GBP CAD. Let's look at Canadian dollar. Yeah, right here. So you can see on Canadian dollar, what I'm seeing on this pair is that let's say when I connecting the up value and the down value to create a channel, then for me when price trade at the level we have obviously a daily resistance. So you can see how it actually rejection, rejection, and rejection. So when price trading down up here, and the way market is consolidating like this, I'm not really seeing how it can be bullish on Canadian dollar right now because for me, the high probability that it's going to reject the resistance level, and it may probably go outlet to the equilibrium or something of the channel before it actually can make any major move to the upside or to the downside. So Canadian dollar in midterm is going down, and even on 4 hour chart, let's say, even on 4 hour chart, you can see that for me, I immediately seeing some kind of resistance on 4 hour chart right here as well, and on 1 hour chart. The thing about this chart is it actually missing a lot of data because in that chart they only running from they only running a New York section, which is quite annoying. So Canadian dollar is bearish for me in the midterm, and British pound is quite still bullish for me in the midterm as well. So from the type of confluences, I am giving myself the permission to buy this thing. But first, I need to patiently wait for it to go down before it actually forming a setup for me. And probably the setup may be something like this. Yeah, it's just for demonstration. I will let you know exact stop loss and entry once as we go deeper. So for me, this is a really high probability setup, but it may take like 1 week to unfold or a little longer, depend on how strong British pound is. But overall, that is a very powerful swing trading as well. And because let's go back to the real account. So the reason that I want to buy this thing, the first is on GU. You can see that my stop loss is in profit. So I have a like full margin. Like I can actually take another trade without worry like two trade having some kind of conflict interest. And it looked like a very very good setup to me to add into this. Um, and I'm going to risk the same like 2,500. Yeah. So maybe that is probably the last trade for this documentary as well because I was planning to check only one trade, but I took two trades. Not yet, but I am going to. So I think that is quite enough for you to at least understand how I approach swing trading, how I manage my trade, and how I do things in my live account. Yeah, I don't trade a lot on my live account with swing trading, but when I do, it usually very very high accuracy and yeah, good result. And again, this the money is not the full balance. I should deposit 2,500 for making this video a documentary for you to see. So far nothing really complicated. The reason I don't close this trade because I believe that my stop loss is far enough, and I believe that GU still have a lot of room to move. Let me show you the index on the XY. You can see that. Let's go here. So on 4-hour chart, what I'm seeing is we have a basically have price take out liquidity up here and then push down. For me, it makes this one a very powerful order block, right? Yeah, you heard it right. I use order block, but not always. Only when I see something very very obvious. I don't try to make it like everywhere. Just like support and resistance. So I believe that in this week, even CPR or something, I believe that it can only bring maybe bring the XY to this level and even take out this high, and then eventually it will go down. This big thing right here is daily resistance. This one is daily support, quickly support. So if we break down, we're gonna see a free fall. So that is why I'm trying to hold the trade for a big crash on DXY. Because so far everything is still very bearish. That give me no reason to close GU. We're gonna see some cap retracement. That is what swing trading does. Just sometimes price go against you in the short term, but over the long term, day after day, you're gonna still be in profit. And yeah, just manage the trade, hold because you know exactly what you're doing. You have the reason behind your decision. Yeah, so I see you on the next update. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for yeah. If we can take this trade, then it's gonna be a beautiful 4-hour video. I'm gonna show you how I manage two trades at the same time, and still risking the same in total risk exposure. I'm not double my risk or something. Still 2,500 at risk, and again 2,500 is not my like all money I have something. I see you on next update.
Ninth update.
Hello YouTube. So you can see that London section still the 9th of May, and you can see price trade up in London section in pre-London, and then price starting to push down now. So they actually just as I expected, and I actually want to see this move happen because in GBP CAD, you can see that I still want to see price trade down on GBP CAD, and then I'm gonna find an opportunity to enter a long entry with the same buyers at GU, which is I believe that British pound is bullish, and I believe that CA Canadian dollar is bearish midterm. So that is the reason why you should not be FOMO. You can see price trading a little bit around this high, and then it's trade down right now. So if I want to have a good entry on GBP CAD. That means I have to end user the bearish movement on GU. So currently my stop loss is around here. So probably let's say 30 more than 100 pips away. So I don't think that it can actually move that much. So here is the line account. You can see that our profits is getting a little smaller here. So I think when price trade down around here at maximum, then probably at that moment, I'm gonna find an opportunity, like I say, in GBP CAD, and then I'm gonna execute the trade. So I'm very excited to enter this trade because I believe that it's gonna be a very good trade, and I'm gonna hold that trade to around previous high. Yeah. So let me show you some of the trades that I have right now on other accounts. Yeah. So this trade I I shot since 4 days ago. It's just consolidating, getting some movement, and now it's retracing a little. But I still very have a strong conviction that this thing is gonna go down. Yeah, everything's still winning the plan. I believe that it's just going here to retesting this. The same as Go. So besides this long-term trade in Go, I actually have another day trading today, which I long go around this region. Before I get into here, I decided to continue holding and price push down in London, in pre-London, and my stop loss is around here for this day trading, risking around 1%. I was not closing at this price because I actually targeting this region as soft term. Here is where I actually close most of the trade and moving stop loss to break even. Before then, I'm gonna believe that the trade will work out. So that is the thing about swing trading or day trading. Sometimes you're gonna have the mood that going against you, but if you cannot hold the trade, I mean I have a strong enough reason. If not, I will not be able to hold during this kind of drawdown like this. Not really drawdown, but when price trading against our trade, the stronger reason we have to be able to enter the trade, the easier for us to hold the trade to new high or to higher target. Because if we enter the trade just because we like it or because we have oversold overbought on RSI or MACD or because we have a channel line and retracement, it's not enough. Or because it comes down to an order block, it's never enough. But if you wait, if you have all the things lined up together at a picture supporting each other in different time framing, then this kind of confluence is going to give you conviction to hold throughout many forms modes. That is the only way. So I see you on the next update. So I really want I really want to show you that this trade is powerful, and you can see that in the live market condition, the little green things right here. I'm still waiting, and I'm very patient with my trading right now. The reason that I can be patient because let me show you. If I enter the trade right now, my risk reward is lower, like just 1 to 2. But here I got more than 1 to 3. But the most important thing is I don't mind to have a 1 to 2. But the thing is When I enter around here, for me that is high probability because right now, if we measure this kind of swing, for me this is not a phoenix move, which is I want to trade deeper because right now in the short term, maybe 1 hour chart, it's still very weird. That's the reason why I don't want to go and buying the short term bearish move like this. I I want to see it trade a little down, and then I saw some kind of oversold on RSI. Then that is where I buy within this kind of support level on daily perspective. So we have the daily support, we have the fuel, we have a trend line, even the trend line right here. You see, we have a lot of stuff lining up together, and on 1 hour chart, probably we're gonna see some kind of liquidity grab at this low as well. So when the kind of thing lined up together, for me, this is a powerful trade. And if we combine this picture with short-term and mid-term sentiment of currency index like GBP index or Canadian index or USD index, then we have a beautiful picture. Everything lined up together. And if you can actually understand fundamental analysis, then your win rate is gonna be very high. But like always, patient. Any strategy requires tremendous amount of patience. The more patient you are, the better trader you will be. In the industry, we are paid to be boring, to be patient, and we are paid to wait. So I see you on the next update.
10th update.
Hello YouTube. So like I told you, I am having my eyes on GBP CAD, but I'm going to execute the second trade on GBP AUD instead, and I will explain you for you right now why I do so. So they actually giving me similar signal, but the confluences on GBP AUD they look more like appealing to me, so I'm gonna execute this trade. So you can see this is white trade, and the stop loss for this trade is 240 pips. You heard it right, 240 pips right here. And the take profit, I think it's gonna make a new high. So probably somewhere around here. For this trade, it's not really 1 to 3, but it's more than 1 to 2, and it's very high probability. And it's a swing trade as well. That's the reason why you see more than 200 pip is stop loss. So that EZBP AUD, they are basically the same. They have a similarity to GBP CAD. You can see that right now we have a channel right here. But on 4-hour chart, we actually see some kind of diversion on the TDI right here. Price making lower high, but the TDI, so it actually showing that it's making a higher low. So lower high, higher low, diversion. If we measure the Fed, we are having price as the 61.8, a little bit below. My stop loss, I cover this support level on 4-hour chart and this support level on daily chart as well. So from my perspective, when I using the trend line to create a channel for the short term, what I'm seeing is price right now is consolidating around this midline of the channel. So for me, price is at a fair price. And I'm expecting that when GU go up, it's already is, I'm expecting GBP pairs. I mean, all the GBP pairs are going to be more moonless because we're looking at British pound index. It actually retraced right into the reason that I draw right here. I think I told you in a previous update as well, and I am expecting it to break out to the upside. On Australia, we're having price consolidating around this key level, and on daily perspective, that it actually is the same. There's nothing actually special about this. It actually just consolidating around this for a while. So I'm expecting Australia to making a lower shift to the downside as well, based on what we have it right here. So if we're looking at the GU, so you can see that GU actually making the move exactly like we expected. We have our GU come right at around the support level right here, and now it's showing some kind of housing. Well, for me, even if now coming down a little bit lower, I still not really worried about it. If we're looking at the dollar index DXY, you can see that price is approaching the zone that I marked out right here. So from what I'm seeing right here, I will not be surprised to see DXY go a little bit higher to like going into the other blocks that I marked out right here. So, but overall, I'm not really worried. We're still furious. Nothing changed. I think my entry on GBP AUD, it can be a little bit early compared to like, I mean, I can have like a good entry around this kind of area, but in the swing trading, even you got like a little early, the significance is not as much as scalping because the range itself is like more than 100 to 100 pips. So yeah, if I got like a really accuracy entry, probably the risk reward will be better. But I don't mind to get in a little bit early. You saw that I actually waited for the whole day to actually get the trade, and I'm okay with missing a few pips, like 20 pips away, or yeah, but I'm okay. So I'm gonna hold this trade, and I'm gonna show you how to manage the trade as well. So that is getting very interesting right now. We have a two trades, all of them are screen trade, and they actually have their connection correlation because I am basing two of the trade on GBP, and if GBP keep being bullish for this week, we're gonna see it keep pushing higher and higher. And yeah, so far we have the GBP USD. I put the stop loss in break even, so that is risk free trade, and that is a new trade. So far I'm very happy with this two trade. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I manage the trade, and let's see if we can come out of the two trade with profits. So I see you on the next update.
11th update.
Hello YouTube, how are you? So here is the situation right now. Today we have our CPI. I think we're gonna get some kind of very volatile move. Only 5 minutes until CPI New York session right now. So here is the two trades that I am holding. Make sure you see it. All right. So it's a lot of market condition. So yesterday I entered around probably around here, then price consolidating a little bit, straight up in Asia to down in London, and now it's around this region. So now between GBP CAD, you can see it is still hanging around yesterday range, but GBP AUD actually showing some kind of bullish movement. Look like I make a better choice by choosing GBP AUD instead of GBP CAD. But in my opinion, they are both really good trade. It's very close to an A setup, but because it is showing some kind of, it's not really a perfect setup, so I will still get this trade a B. So let me show you the. Alright, YouTube. You can see that we are just 5 minutes away from CPI. So let me show you my prediction for CPI. So here we have our DXY USD index. I'm not sure if you still remember because this video is too long, but well, like I say, I am expecting price to coming into this other block up here. This other block lined up with the trend line, lined up with a resistance level up here on 4 hours, and it lined up with daily resistance as well. So I would like it to trade really a little bit up here, and then yeah, probably after that it's gonna trade down. So for me, I don't have any problem to keep holding my trade. I don't think that it can actually go to my stop loss. Anyway, it's in break even, so I'm not really worried. So GBP AUD. So far, everything is nice. We have both of our trade is in profit, and for this pair, we are almost 300 pips away from stop loss. That's the reason why I actually can hold during CPI. So during CPI, I'm gonna open the live market condition for you to actually observe how market is gonna behave. Alright, YouTube. Here you can see the spread of the platform itself. Yeah, just for fun. So now CPI opening. Let's see how it trade. Usually I never hold during the news, but because my trading, my swing trade is like a few hundred pips away, so I don't really afraid. Yeah. If you are scalping and you trade during the news, you're gonna get slippage, you're gonna get killed. So again, if you are new to trading, if you are trading intraday 1 minute, 5 minutes, 1 hour, probably stay out of the news or close partial or moving stop loss to break even. That is the only way you can actually survive. So we have a GBP USD actually going up, but GBP AUD actually going down. Oh man, so let's make our trade a little bit. Yeah, not very good. Oh my god, we have a gold right here. Going really nice. I have a gold trade as well. And I'm holding like 300 pips. So far everything is nice. All my trade is within the plan. So to be honest, I think that is done for the news right now. You can see the spread is already reset to normal. Everything seems to be quiet right now. But for the true direction, it usually unfolds after 50 minutes. After the news release. So right now we have a really bearish GBP AUD. But again, I'm not worried. I'm not really worried. We have a like 300 pips away from the stop loss itself, and I'm still very bullish on GBP in general, like I showed you. Wow, See, we will probably get some kind of breakout on GU today or maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but so far everything is nice. So we have as CPI is not really good for USD. This one is good. This one is good. Overall, I'm still bearish on DXY. So things about trading news is that you should probably have some kind of plan, and you should only trade after the news if you have some kind of intention to trade, because it's very easy to get lost in the fast movement of the markets, especially if you are new to trading. I see this line too many times. So price trade down, but we have a huge support right here. So the right now it's very soon to actually saying where it's actually going. It's not taking any liquidity yet. It's still just rejecting from this fair value gap. And to be honest, I will not be surprised if price actually trading up here again, and yeah, make all people stop out before it's actually going down. But overall, I think you can actually see that I have no fear. Even on GBP AUD, not really a beautiful thing for me. Let's looking at the index. Maybe probably something happened in Australia. Yeah, we can see Australia going really huge. We have the GDI create some kind of over reversal pattern on the RSI. On 1 hour chart, really huge. The way price moving up is huge, but still that is the daily resistance level. So even now it break. To be honest, even now it's break. I still believe that it's gonna shut down and retesting this level. And what does that mean? That means when it retests this level and GBP keep pushing up, then probably we will go sideways. And if price goes sideways, then probably I'm gonna find a very good spot to get out or take partial or reduce the risk. If you listen carefully, I think that there are a lot of things to note. And to many people, I think that they don't like swing trading because there are not a lot of opportunity. But here's the thing: right now, I'm feeling more comfortable risking 2%, 3% on a super high quality setup and manage to get out with profits or lose with very small loss. It's better than it's a lot better than risking 1% a, on a trade, but taking a lot of trade in one day, because yeah, it is what it is. I haven't taken a loss for the past week, so it is very soon to say anything, but I feel peaceful and I feel amazing. Yeah. So I think that's it for today. I'm still working with the subtitle thing. The video is too long and it's very time consuming. So if you can comment something, it will means a lot. You can see how far the stop loss is when you swing trading. News doesn't mean much. We got a really good push up for GBP USD, so that is beautiful. So far, I'm gonna keep you updated. I still holding GBP AUD, and I also show you how I'm gonna manage the trade if we got some kind of drawdown. So far, I'm very happy with the trade itself. And like I always say, if you don't have enough data, if you don't have enough reason to back your trade up, it's very difficult to hold with conviction. And yeah, I see you on the next update.
12th update.
Hello YouTube. So you can see that right now is London session, and after London opening, we have I think around pre-London we have a massive bearish movement on GBP USD. It is due to USD index have some kind of push to the upside. Let me show you. So live market condition on the XY, you can see that like I mentioned, price is today on the CPI news. We have a price trade down around this region, and you can see eventually now it is turning back and look like it is targeting the other blocks that I mentioned more than once. And to be honest, I was thinking that maybe tonight we have some kind of hold on. Here you can see that tonight we have some kind of big news on GBP and USD as well, the PPI, and a lot of big news. And to be honest, when we only got news on USD, then no problem. But when we got both red news on GBP and USD at the same time, it's actually a little scary, to be honest. Because even I'm holding a swing trade with 100 pips of stop loss, the news still can make me stop out, and that is the thing. But the good thing is we are still very bearish on the XY. We have and another one is this reason right here is never like touches. So I really expecting this one to be an area where price gonna reject, and it lined with the trend line as well. On the TDI, you can see that right here, price create lower high, but on the TDI is creating higher high. So for me, that is another sign of diversion and the trend continuation for me. That's the reason why I'm still bearish on the XY. So the thing about trading is on big news day, usually price don't really move. I mean, price usually consolidating, and when the news release, it's gonna move very quickly. But now we got really massive movement in London section, even the news not released yet. Well, for me, that is something. And usually, if this happens, then usually when the news release, we are not going to have like a lot of volatility, but still, that is just my guess from experiences. So for the XY, it's still looking good. One of the reasons that GBP USD going down like this massively is because not only that USD index go up, but GBP actually going down as well. I mean about the GBP index. Even right now, we cannot see it on because the market is not running on TradingView. But on other results, you still get 5 GBP index. So I'm going to keep holding. We are still like shit around 70 pip until we start the stop loss. And stop loss is in profit, so I'm not really worried much. But still, I'm expecting this one to be a winner. Another trade is GBP AUD. So yesterday you can see that on yesterday we have our GBP AUD actually going down, but right now it actually going up. See, the reason it's going up because the Australia is weaker, and yeah, we have a strong GBP still compared to AUD. That's the reason why we're getting some kind of push. This is the reason why swing trading is more peaceful, because we got some kind of short-term movement against Earth, but if our prediction is right, if our analysis is correct, usually we will get into profit. It just requires a lot of patience. So I have been holding this trade for, let's see, yeah, just 24 hours, right? Oh no, 2 days here. Now is May 11, so 2 days, and it's not really moving much. So that's how it looks right now. I will update you again when we are in the news. I actually have another trade right here. You can see it's just beautiful. I'm not really taking this trade on my live account, but yeah, on my challenge account, and I think it's gonna take like 1 week to unfold. Yeah, swing trading very slow, but it's paying me off, and it's very profitable so far. I'm surprised. I don't have any losses this week. I'm taking some day trading in Go, and yeah, so far no loss. But probably I'm losing this trade, this one. Yeah, it drawdown. Let's see if price can actually bouncing back. But I only get a little unconfident when I took day trading. But when I took long-term trading, most of my trade are in profit. Just now, GBP is a little bit hard to hold, but so I see you on the news. Today is the last day of the week. I mean, the last day with red news folder. Today, Thursday. Yeah, so I see you on New York session. Thank you for staying patient until now. It's very difficult for me as well to create this video. It is quite long, and I'm not sure if you will still watching it until now, because yeah, it's just so long. See you.
13th update.
Alright guys, so now we are going to have some rest new on GBP. Let's see how price gonna trade. You can see my stop loss is in break even, so I'm not really worried. I'm still bullish on GU, but yeah, to be honest, we got a lot of red news today, so it's better be safe than sorry. So you can see that on GBP AUD, everything is super bullish right now, and it is breaking out. Look very nice. Let's check on the XY. So you can see that the XY not really moving much, but in New York section we got another like red news for USD. So you can see that on GBP AUD things are pretty solid. So overall, here you can see on GBP, hold on, here you can see the risk for GBP AUD. The risk is 2,500, and for GBP USD stop loss in break even, and I already took partial. So so far the risk is calculated, and I am managing the risk exactly like I should. And my psychology level is right now is basically peaceful, balanced, and let me tell you one thing: if they want things that can actually make you consistent, if they actually have like how how you keep your mind balanced. I mean about the state of mind, because I have been trying scalping for 6 months, and to be honest, that is not the first time I'm trying to be a scalper. To be honest, but the thing is, I try many times, and recently I noted that it's not really my psychology. It's more about how I put myself into an environment where it's so stressful, and even I can hold myself accountable in 1 day, 2 day, even a few months. Eventually, if the 1 day I got, you know, out of control, that's enough for me to destroy everything. One thing lead to another. But since I moved to higher time framing, I mean really high, like daily, I don't take a lot of trade. Now I don't take a lot of trade. I really seeking for high reliability setup, and to be honest, right now on I rather risk higher on a high reliability setup compared to risking like small on average trade. It make it make my life so much better, like more balanced, more peaceful. Yeah, it's a little bit boring, but that's what it takes to be profitable. Being boring. So that is the news. Let's take the news. So here is a new result. You can see we have a PPI coming for USD. So it pretty. It's not really scary because I'm more bearish on USD index. So here's the result. I'm still learning more about fundamental analysis. I think if you are good at economics and have a fundamental to back your trade up, is an amazing thing because you know the long-term buyers, and when you're short-term buyers, I mean when you day trade and you knowing the long-term direction and you take only the trade that that is matching the long-term buyers, your win rate increases a lot. So that is update for the news. It doesn't move much like I think, but it shut up. But I think I'm not sure um, on GBP USD. So far, price still like consolidating as a support level. And to be honest, it actually can dip lower to take in the liquidity because right now price is oversold based on the 4 hour channel. But I honestly I would not surprised to see price trade actually deeper. If it go right here, is very close to my stop loss. But it is what it is. I'm gonna respect my stop loss, and let's see. Today it already moved like 60 pips, and from here to my stop loss is like more than 100 pips. So I don't think it can actually do so. So I'm gonna update you when we got to the USD's news. So you can see that news doesn't really move much compared to a swing trade with 100 pip is stop loss, right? That's how I got like peaceful state of mind. Because if I trade in 1 minute like usual, probably the can't move. It doesn't really about the result. I mean, if you win, you got euphoria because it happens so quickly. If you lose, you got pissed off, you got angry, and you want to revenge the market. So the thing is, when you trade something that can trigger your, I mean, if the trading pattern that you are trading, it can actually break your emotional pattern. Then today you can survive, tomorrow you can survive, but can you survive 1 year? Can you survive 1 year? That is the question. That's the reason why we can pass phase one, phase two of a problem challenge, but eventually we will fail because without a balanced state of mind, without a consistent, I'm not really, I don't know if you get what I mean, but I hope you will because what I mean is right now, after recording this video for 11 days in a row, I never feel like I need to trade more. I never feel like I need to check more trade or I need to risk more. And let me be straight. A lot of people gonna go into this video and they're gonna say things like my risk reward is low, my risk reward is stupid kind of stuff. But you want to make money or you want a high risk reward ratio, because when you have a high risk reward ratio, what does that mean? Does that mean you're gonna sacrifice your stop loss? Does that mean you're gonna sacrifice your trading edge? I mean, you're gonna remove a lot of room for your trade to breathe, and not only the trade itself, but you remove a lot of room for yourself to breathe. Because I don't know. You should, I mean, if you want to understand deeply what I mean, then you should trade on daily for a week. Or when you have a trade with 100 pips of stop loss, then you're gonna see how it feel. It feel boring. It feel peaceful. It feel easy to hold your trade compared to 1 pip stop loss, compared to 20, 30 pip stop loss. It's very different. And if your if your personality can handle day trading, that's amazing. But what if you cannot? But and you're trying to be a day trader and you suffer and you suffer, right? So do what work for you. And if you are scalping and you end today feeling amazing all the time, then that's great. So I think that's enough for the talking. Sometimes I talk a lot, and I only mean good things. That's the reason why this video is so long. I want to really just try to convey so many things. So far, the thing doing amazing thing for all my trade. Yeah, I got like 4 trade in this week, and they all turning into profits right now. I never lost. I'm sorry, I haven't lost a trade this week, and I don't know about you, but it feels incredibly peaceful for my psychology. And even I got like 4 hour, what 5 hour, 3 hour, whatever. I'm really happy. So I see you on the next update.
14th update.
Hello YouTube. So we are going to 1 minute before PPI, and for PPI, I think a lot of people, I think they're expecting this new to make USD go higher. I mean bullish on the XY. But to be honest, I still quite bearish on the XY. I mean, even if it go a little bit higher, like I say, around this region right here, we have a fair value gap. We have a 4 hours on the block, and this other block actually take care of liquidity, so it's very powerful. So the new release, we have this other block actually touched right here. So let's see how it's run. Here is the line market, and you can see PPI release. I don't even know how it look like. So we have the PPI is good for the XY. This one is good too compared to previous data. So everything is good for the XY. But like I told you, I'm bearish on the XY. I mean, I didn't see any reason for it to go higher. It can go higher, but we have so many things technically, and I don't think that one red news can actually affect the trend of dollar index on the short term. On the long term maybe, but right now I'm still bearish on the XY, and that means yeah, I'm bullish on the GU. Let's see how price unfold. I got a day trading on Go and I close it because for day trading I don't hold when we got a news coming out. Usually I don't hold the trade. So let's wait for around 15 minutes and I will update you how the XY go, because we're gonna wait for 10 to 15 minutes to see like how it actually unfolds the real direction. Alright, so it had been around 40 minutes since the new was released, and the reason that we are having GBP USD going down is because you can see British pound index, it is showing some kind of bearish movement. But to be honest, I'm not really worried. We are at our support level, and if we see GBP AUD, it actually moving pretty good. So that means AUD probably very weak. So I guess that AUD UD probably going down. Yeah, you can see it's trading down massively. Really nice. So you can see that on dollar index, nothing's really changed. Nothing. All the key levels stay the same. The other blocks stay the same. And for that reason, I'm going to keep holding GU and GBP AUD. And I believe that right now it's on a support level, and eventually it will trade back up, because for me right now, GU still bullish. Nothing changed. I haven't seen any signal to to give me a hint that I should close the trade. So probably I'm gonna keep holding, and probably I'm gonna see you on the next update. We got all the news release, PPI also released, so nothing left. So that is Thursday. I see you on Friday.
15th update.
Hello YouTube. So yesterday in New York session on Thursday, price trade down around 140 pips, almost hit my stop loss. Now I want to show you how I'm gonna manage this trade, and I really hope that you will listen carefully and watch the whole process because it's gonna be a little confused if you skip things or speeding up. So let's go. I will try to explain how and exactly how I'm gonna manage this trade. So here you can see that here is total risk exposure on two trade, and you can see the total risk exposure is 2,500. And on GBP USD, my stop loss currently is in the break even, a little in profit. On GA, my stop loss is 2,500. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do something like this. I'm gonna move my stop loss on GU to this region, to this low, and on GBP AUD, I'm gonna move my stop loss to this zone. Now I want you to looking at the total exposure on GBP USD. I give the trade almost 600, and I took away some of the room on GBP AUD, and overall my risk stays the same. I mean about the total risk exposure on two trade, they're still 2,500. No more, no less. And why I do so, let me go to TradingView and explain my perspective. Now here is British Pound Index, and the market is flow because the index chart they only move in New York section. So on 4 hour perspective, for me, GBP is still bullish. Even it actually break out of this resistance and trade lower into this zone right here. You can call this line supply demand zone, whatever. But for me, that is where price have a potential to reject and pushing up. It's lined up with the trend line. It is showing some kind of diversion right here. Higher low, but here we have a lower low, right? So that gives me a diversion in the way that the RSI is really expanded below the Bollinger Band. I know that indicator using along is not powerful, but when you line things up with trend line, with market structure, with the people retracement, with the support and resistance, it is very powerful, very very powerful. You can line it with moving average as a dynamic resistances and support area. There are many ways to trade, to be honest. And so, because my bias for GBP index is still bullish, that's the reason why I'm gonna keep holding the trade, even that it look like it's very bearish right now. Another reason I still holding GBP, and you can see this region right here is why I actually moving my stop loss to the low. And another reason I believe is crucial as well as like I mentioned with you a lot of time in previous update. Finally, DXY actually trade up into the other block right here that I show you. And for me, because this one take out a lot of liquidity, and create a massive displacement to the downside. And on 1 hour chart, we actually have the fair value gap right here on 1 hour. So wave price moving above the channel for me is it is showing some kind of overbought, and we can also say that it's overvalued right now. So that's really why I actually expecting we have our daily resistance, we have our order block, we have our the trend overall is still bearish, we have our the feeble retracement reject at 78.6. So I'm very confident that DXY gonna trade down and GBP USD gonna recover. So that is the reason why I chose to stay with GBP USD, and I chose the region to be my new stop loss. And why I actually removed a little bit of my room on GBP AUD, because overall you can see that on GBP AUD yesterday even the news release price hold beautifully. And why is that? Because on index you can see that Australia index actually go as I expected. Daily resistance, it trade higher right here and then trade down. So right now price is as an equilibrium, the fair price in this range. So probably it's gonna just consolidating and eventually trade lower. That is the reason why I am not worried about GBP AUD, and I actually feel confident to hold this trade. And that is also the reason that I can like remove a little bit of stop loss and moving that margin to GBP USD. Because on GBP USD, we have a British pound go down, we have a USD go up. That's the reason why we have a massive down candle in New York session. And let's go to here the line account. So very simple. We have the trend line. We have to be honest, the best piece, the best support should be down here. But because we have sorry, I'm gonna delete this one. But because we have the trend line, we have this nearest key level lining up with the trend line itself. And if we measure from this low to this high, we actually have a beautiful rejection on 61.8. And to be honest, right now, if we close the trade, we actually close the trade right at the bottom of the move, and we're actually closing like a panic trader. I have this one in mind. The first reason that I may consider to do something is right here. At the equilibrium of the channel, that is a fair price for me. And the best scenario is, of course, price gonna trade up and making a higher high. But overall, it looked like we're not going to see a lot of volatility because now is Friday. But that is exactly how I'm gonna manage the trade. I know that you think moving stop loss to here is like a bad behavior, but the thing is, like I told you, my total risk exposure and how I realign my trade, like how I diversify my risk between my trade, but I never allow my risk to be higher than it already is. That is how I manage my trade, especially the trade with correlation. The same on GBP long. So I hope that you can understand it because I commit to give you the real life practice on a real account, on a real trade, on real market condition. And sometimes it's not like textbook. It's not like in the trade with a high risk reward and with probability we're gonna make it to the other side. I believe there's so much more, and what more important to me is my state of mind, how I manage my trade. I think having a balance, a grounded state of mind, and have a trade management plan, it is something that are they are something I believe are overlooked, and a lot of us we don't actually focus a lot of energy on managing our trade. We focus a lot of energy just on execution, on fighting setup, and on social media. But trade management and having a consistency in the way we manage our mind, ourselves, it is something gonna yield consistent result, not only just a few days, but for the few years to come. And that's what I'm trying to convey the message. And even this video, even if I am not going to win big, I will not be losing big. Period. So I'm gonna see you on the next update. I hope you get what I mean.
16th update.
Hello YouTube. So we are in the New York section, Friday, and to be honest, so far GBP USD we have a little recovery up here, and look like it could not really trade higher. And for me, this look pretty bad for GBP USD. The reason is here we have the DXY. We have the DXY is pretty. I mean, it is pretty strong than I expected. It trade up into the 1 hour fair value gap up here, and it just really, you can see it actually having some kind of rejection around here, and then price trade back into previous swing, and then it trade higher. So what does that mean? Does that mean for me it actually looking pretty bullish, and it actually having some kind of like some signals that telling me that price have a potential to actually push higher. Because let's say in daily perspective, the way this region right here is quickly support, and you can see that how price tried a few times and failed to really break out of this region. And right now we have a triple bottom. We have a really solid daily candle. We have this candle trade down at the opening, and now it's trade up. So this actually looks so bullish to me. But on British pound index, I still bullish on British pound index, but because the XY it looks so bullish right now, which is it make me like possibly I have to close my GU. So possible I'm gonna collapse my GU trade. I was still holding on GBP AUD, but GG right now it look pretty ugly. So that is quite unfortunate, but eventually we have to accept the fact that we need to manage our trade. So I'm gonna close the trade right now. I'm gonna keep holding one trade. Man, when I do YouTube video, I want to show you like a big win, but not always that live market gives you exactly what you are seeking for. Alright, right now I just checked on Australia index and look like price retrace more than 50% of this trend, and right now on 4-hour chart we are facing a support level. So despite the fact that I am still bullish on GBP, I am seeing that it actually have a little potential to go lower, which may possibly give me an entry on next week. On daily perspective, I still consider that GBP is still bullish. But right now, because Australia have a like potential to retrace a little bit to the upside, so probably right now what I'm gonna do is if I measure, I can actually see the trend line have some kind of rejection right now. So to be honest, I think I'm gonna collapse the trade. Now is Friday, so probably there's not much of movement, and I'm gonna continue to trade up next week, and probably I'm gonna end the video too. So the thing is, you can see that it's like 2 weeks, and yeah, got around 1,600. Not much. Yeah, I know that you feel like it's not really much, but in this circumstance, a lot of people gonna see it and they're gonna say like I even like didn't get 1 hour, which is 2,500. But in this circumstance, this trade it didn't go like 100% at my analysis, and GBP USD actually turning back, and GBP AUD actually consolidating. But if you actually watch on the video, you actually saw me managing the trade. You actually saw me throughout a lot of big news event and how I manage myself, how I manage my trade, how I update my analysis and really be in sync with the marketplace. And I know this trade I'm not winning a lot, but a lot of people they forget that I am not losing. And that is the thing. When you are not losing, eventually your small win will add up. And with correct trade management, I actually manage my risk pretty well. And I think when I do this kind of video, it really took me so long, and I hope you got something valuable because let me show you. So during the time that I recorded this video, I actually have a go buy. I I bought right here, and I take partial right here, but I trade down here and I collapse the trade. Another one is Euro again. This one is one of the best one. Probably go just right straight into where I take partial, and then I actually want to hold the trade even longer. So I actually have another trade that I remember. It's on Euro CHF. I lost one trade in US 30 for sure. So here is my trade on arrow CHF, and my win rates for now with how I trade in this video, it is more than 90%. And you have no idea how hard this is for me to actually create this video, because I know that it's gonna be very boring. It is so technical. It's not a lot of trades, but because it's so boring, you're actually seeing things like in slow motion. You're actually seeing me managing the trade every single day, update by update. And one of the things, if you actually notice, is how stable my mind is and how I actually don't have any emotion at all. And by keeping myself accountable and have a stable state of mind, every trade I check, every decision I make is at peak performances. And with that kind of performances, my trading results so far is very consistent. And despite the fact that you see very some trade got like low risk reward ratio, I know, but I still managed to use that kind of trade to pass a lot of challenges. And I don't know where it's leading to, but I feel really amazing, and that is what I want to show you. I have no hidden agenda behind this video. I actually show you exactly how I think, how I analyze this, how I plan, how I map my trade, every single fucking thing. And yeah, like always, I just hope that it's bring you some values, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. So now here's the fun part. I'm gonna go to Xners and I'm gonna withdraw the money. So here is the account and I'm gonna withdraw the money. Alright, so you can see that, yeah, I just withdraw the money. I can actually keep trading, but I think that's enough for this video. I actually show you every single things, and to be honest, I think if you take my result personally, chances you will never see any good things in my videos. But if you take it as a reflection and observe it from a very objective mindset, then eventually, even that my trade may not bring you a values, but somehow you will find a way to trade even better than me, because you open yourself for the new possibility. And this kind of video is not for everyone, especially it's long license. And when people skip to this part, when they see the kind of result, they're gonna make assumption. And when you make assumption, even you don't know a shit about how the process and how things happen, it's very like not healthy for our mind, for our process. And even I know that it's hard to do this kind of video, but I think it is still something I want to do, because it truly gives values. You don't need to trade like swing trading in order to apply the kind of talks that I use, in or the trade management that I did in this kind of video. You can still use it for day trading or any style that you feel comfortable. I have been scalper, day trader, swing trader, investor, crypto. I have been in every single thing in this trading journeys, and eventually right now more than ever I want to focus on making money and making a difference. And if I want to do so, I need to keep myself accountable and my state of mind always in balance and peaceful. Throughout this video, you're gonna see a huge difference in my psychology, because in day trading sometimes my psychology look like market is fucking me up, but swing trading, it doesn't really give me any emotional or squat emotional swing, or yeah, any psychology issues. I don't have any problem, and that's how I am building my patience. That's how I building my consistency to a whole new level. And I am building a whole new trading channel as well, and I will show you in the next video. Maybe it's quite long already, and swing trading video usually is a video that people never watch. But if you do, and if this video bring you value, let me know. Thank you.